Oh yeah, we're gonna do another video real quick, and I know sometimes y'all like, why is he, doing some of these videos while he's in his car? 'Cause that's sometimes my mind be up on it, because my mind be thinking of 100 things all the time. I think about dogs all day, and trying to figure out how I can make my kennel, just thrive and stay on top how I wanted to stay on top, like not comparing to anyone else's kennels. And I see a lot of great kennels out here. I applaud you. You're doing some great things. Your dogs, all that. I'm applauding you. I'm giving you your just due to all of the kennels. And so I was just, coming up with a topic of, a lot of kennels, a lot of people, they don't do certain combinations of dogs. And I feel like the only way you're gonna know what you really got, because you could do a heavy on inbred of a dog, and that dog or that dam or that sire may produce some great dogs off of that inbred stuff, and it's heavy. But then what about the line bred stuff? We don't never try to go and do line bred top and bottom. We don't never try to do that and see if them dogs can still be competitive, just as competitive as that inbred, or we don't never take the time out to focus on how much of an outcross you need, because you still gonna need it. A lot of them guys, them old timers, they done it. You see Tutors, he done it. Hansel, every guy done did an outcross. Everybody. You ain't gonna just have a pure family all the way out. Even Kobe did it to a certain extent after a while, even though his stuff, they say it was pure for over, decades, until he started outcrossing with Eli Jr., etc. So that's my topic on today. Why don't, or a lot of some good dog men don't do combinations like that. See if my line can be more competitive doing straight line bred. And see, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing line bred and inbred. So I say the inbred because I went back to an inbred dog. So that's why I say line bred, inbred. And when you go back to a line bred dog, it's something off an inbred dog. But like I say, why don't we do that? And so that's what I've been trying to really focus on in my program to do. That I like that line bred, inbred, but I also want to do a line bred with line bred too, just as well. See if it can be competitive. See if it can reach the boundaries, go past the limitations as inbred, because you know what you're gonna get when you inbreeding your dog. You're gonna get inbred. You're gonna get the good and the bad, but also you're gonna get them traits down, and them strong traits. If that dog got mouth, if that dog got great wind, if it's an ultimate all the way gladiator, that's good. And every once in a while you might have one or two dogs that might miss something that the father or the mother got, and that's cool, but that's something that you can always add back in there. And that's what I'm learning, that's what I'm seeing, that's what some of the dog men before me and the guys that I dealt with, doing certain things. What your dog really missing, you got to add that. So you have to evaluate your dog, your camp. All your dogs gonna be different. I don't care if they came out in the same litter. They just gonna have something a little different. That's like your kids. They gonna have something a little different. And I'm starting to see that. I'm starting to see a lot of that, and I'm gonna give y'all a prime example. I got my dog Sky. I got her. Then I got her sister Tara. Tara is a little different. She got a more higher prey drive than her. Not saying that Sky don't have one, but she's more balanced. I like that balance in my dogs. I don't know why, because I like a dog I can walk on the yard with me and then don't get so aggressive. But she'll get aggressive if you get back with her. But I like that when I can walk a dog feeding everybody. Other dog just trying to, he or she yanking on the chain, just trying to get her, and he just calm. I like that. I love that. I love that obedience. I love that temperament out of my dogs. 'Cause I don't need to have a lot of dogs. Yeah. You know, some people different. They want to see that. They want to see them dogs do that. I got them like that. But you know, but the topic is, you know, why don't they, you know, get to them different combinations? But that's why you see, I think, in my opinion, a lot of them dog men, they have 300 dogs, or they have 2 yards, they have, you know, etc. X amount of dogs. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. X amount of dogs, 2 different yards to see all them combinations if it's working. You know, the grandson to grandmother, you know, grandfather to granddaughter, you know, stuff like that. You got to see, and you got to expand that, because you'll never know what you really totally got if you don't see it. If you don't see that thing working or clicking, you're like, oh man, this right here was my, you know, my real recipe to this line of dogs that I got, and I've been overlooking it. I've been looking at this and not knowing that this was it. So I think you need to do extensive breeding to be able to find that out to a certain extent. And I think that's where you get some of the dog men that got 300 dogs, you know, because they want to see what their limitations is, as far as and finding that true recipe to that pot, finding it. And you can find it. It may take a little bit. Now, sometimes you got some lines or strands, or however you want to say it, they definitely are, they lacking some things. They maybe got hard mouth, but don't got no wind, you know. So what you do, you find something to add and put that wind back. And it could be a dog that's in another pedigree that's down in the line a little bit, that got that same dog, and you go back to that, you attach that to that, or you add that in there. So, I mean, but it's so many different variations or things that you could do to help your lines out. And the more I study and look at my dogs to evaluate them, I'm looking at what I got. I'm saying, okay, I got this one dog, I know she's heavy in wind, and she got, you know, good, decent mouth. She got this, she got that. And I got this other male right over here in my yard. He's not as active as I would add that female to that and see what I get out. And sometimes you got to see what you get out. You don't evaluate it, your paperwork. You don't evaluate it, the dog. And you looking at them, you're like, okay, now they possibly ready to, I want to see. See me, how I look at it as I'm looking at my dogs. This is how I breed. I'm looking at my dogs, I'm evaluating them and seeing. And sometimes my mind be so ahead of what I'm seeing and what I'm evaluating, but I just want to just try it anyway to see if it's gonna work. So I'm hypothetically thinking in my mind what is gonna work. I'm like, oh man, this may work. And that's how I've been doing my breedings a lot of times, and it just don't work. I don't got some pretty good, decent dogs. I ain't gonna say no. I ain't gonna just, you know, blow it out a portion of saying, oh, I got the best or this, that. But you supposed to think like that with your dogs. You supposed to think, and you supposed to go back to the drawing board if it's not really working. But a lot of times what I don't mixed up with my breeding program, I don't did some stuff, because I got my Wilkins Alex, the great dog. He's a brother and sister. So all I took was, my first breeding was St. Clair Jade with Lackey's Brit. And what I did is I put that dog back up in my other dog, Wilkins Kiara. I put all her aunt and uncle back up in there. So that's what I did. And so when them dogs came out, they came really, 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 really phenomenal, really phenomenal. And so I got another breeding in mind right now as I speak. And y'all see I'm getting ready to go to work. So I'm up. I'm ready to get some things in perspective. My mind going, my blood going good. I don't, gave a prayer, set the prayer out, something I commanded and I demanded to the Creator, a life, health, and strength, because I got to give it all to the Creator, life and health and strength, and then the universe, and then nature. I got to do my due respect to them. because without them, I wouldn't be able to manage and do all this stuff, and I guess have all that creative mindset and that thought pattern. But anyway, I did that, and so what it done was put back off Alex the Great. It put back his uncles, which is Kiara's uncle, is Demon Lido and Alexa, and then it put back Gizmo. It put back Mr. November. So all these dogs that were her mother, Sinclair, was litter mate brothers and sisters to that. So I did that. I did a line bred, inbred. So on the bottom on the top on the bottom they was first cousin. Then on the top you still got my out, which is Lucky's bred down up in there. So that out made it I think that out made it really phenomenal. And so I've been still doing that. So now when I got Wilkins Kiara, which came from Wilkins Kiara and Wilkins Alex the Great. I got Wilkins Sky, the Limit. I bred her Alex the Great son, which is Obsidian. So I did that. So there'll be third cousins on the bottom because her mama, Wilkins Sky the Limit mother is Wilkins Kiara, which would be his second cousin. So that makes her offsprings would make them third cousin on the bottom, and then on the top they would be half brother, half sister. See how I done that? So that's what I'm implementing, and it's been coming out great. Instead of just going back inbred, and then them combination of dogs, I'm seeing great things out of them combination of dogs, because like I say, this Lonzo Greenwood Eli Bolio is heavy. It's heavy inbred on the Slim Jim stuff. Heavy inbred. Their great grandfather was, it was a brother and sister bred, and then he bred another brother and sister, and he bred them two together. So that's how you got Mr. November. And it's good to have different combinations of breeding patterns with them dogs like that. And I think I'm gonna have great success with that. I really think I am. And I told myself, even when I purchased some of these dogs, that I wasn't gonna go in the same direction they went into. Now I might implement in some fashion. I may implement some fashion of how they did it, but I'ma still go in a whole different direction and see how these dogs gonna do. And I'm mainly wanting to focus on more line breeding. How many generations can this stuff be line bred? That type of deal. You get what I'm saying? And so when I acquire these 9 of the dogs that I'm gonna get, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna get, because I don't seen every one of them. I don't been on this man's yard. I don't seen some stuff what he don't bred, because he got a Facebook page, but I got my other one got hacked, so now I can't post nothing on there. He had I think he had probably like 18 members. Some of the guys that dealt with this blood back in the day, and some relative people that he dealt with, he added on there or whatnot. But I think we don't take the time to really seek and try to find these combinations. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I ain't gonna feed no dog that's, excuse me, I'm not gonna feed a dog that's not he's not he not worthy. But I feel like, if you breed it and you produce it, I think it's always worthy. Because I think, even them dogs are not acting, they temperament, they not acting. A lot of people say, oh, I wouldn't breed it. But see, me, I think different. Because you might have that stuff too tight. You might be missing this key piece of that. He might be the key piece to what you've been missing. You just never know, man. But see, a lot of people mind process ain't like that. And I don't hear the guy say, he said I never bred a cold dog. He said I did have some dogs that quit before, which they all gonna quit. But like I said, it's just a different pattern that you could be successful at breeding these combinations of dog, seeing what's really gonna click. And like I said, I don't bred Wilkins Obsidian. I don't bred him. This will be his third time, so we're gonna see out of this third time what he's really has to offer. And what I don't seen out of the last 2 litters, he been breeding fantastic. But I wanted to breed him a couple times because he's the only one that lived out of that. And I think when I did that breeding, his mother was a brother and sister, top and bottom. And well, I'm sorry, his mother was a brother and sister breeding, and his dad was a brother and sister. So that makes him brother and sister on top and bottom. But I put that combination. It was a aunt and nephew breeding, but I wanted to do, that was my very first brood, and I wanted to do it because that way I can have all them dogs down in that gene pool. I can pull, and I'm not missing out on nothing. And so if I say, all right, I want to put some more this, that, and the third, I know this dog right over here got it in there, and I'm looking at this dog, I'm evaluating this dog, seeing how this dog acting, seeing if his prey drive, seeing if he got great wind. And one good thing about these Lonzo Greenwood Eli Bolios, they got wind for days. They got it. And then, my old stuff, my Lackey's Brit dog, but not my Lackey's Brit, I'm sorry, his daddy, my Lackey's Diego dog, he was like that. He had wind, super wind. I'm talking about super wind. And he was one of the greatest producers I ever came in contact with. A female could bite him in the face. I'm talking about literally biting him. He ain't trying to fight her back. All he thinking about is breeding. That's one of the best studs I ever had, and bred fantastic dogs. Bred fantastic dogs. Phenomenal dogs. And like I say, I didn't know what I had back then. All I was, my cousin, he was just telling me, I got this Kobe dog, but which is Kobe down up in there, but the Kobe bred out, so I had to keep on doing extensive researching on my stuff, in which I still am. But I'm coming to an idea of what's really how them dogs really been bred. Coming to an idea because me and my cousin, I got up with him, and he had a dog that he got from this guy that was up here that was putting out some real good solid dogs. His name J.K. Deal. And he had a dog. He had a dog named Splatter that had papers on it, and we just looked over the pedigree. I made sure it on my community thing where I'm gonna post it. But all them dogs was almost identical to my dogs. That Apache's Red Man stuff really is a Bull Hills red bullet dog, and then they had some of the other stuff that's kind of bred identical. Now he had it crossed up a little different than mine, but some of the stuff was same identical stuff that they was breeding from this little town from Taylorsville, North Carolina. So, but I'm really trying to implement a lot of that line bred. I want to see this Lonzo Greenwood Eli Bolio line bred at least 3 generations to see if it still can be competitive. And I really think it can, because they don't see where it is competitive at its limitations of inbreeding, inbred stuff. So we don't seen it, and we don't seen what it could throw, what its capabilities of throwing when you go heavy on this. But like I said, that's not my intentions to continue to go heavy on that stuff. My intention to keep having it balanced, which I like the line bred, inbred, and the next so forth. I'm gonna go another line bred with this stuff. And my other breeding that I really want to do, like I said, I was gonna give y'all guys, I was gonna do that 3-way cross. Well, it's a 3-way blend. That's what it is, a 3-way blend. And I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do the 3-way blend with Obsidian Sun. I'm gonna breed back to the cousin. So really, when I do that, it's gonna be some great stuff. So what I'm saying by the 3-way blend, putting them all together. Obsidian Dog, he's a brother and sister on top and bottom. And now I'm gonna put the Mr. November with the Hudson Maria stuff, bred with Sinclair's Christina stuff, and then that comes off of Sinclair's Christina Caramel, which is a little 75. Mr. November female I got, so I'm gonna add them to her offsprings. I'm gonna add that, so which that'll make them first cousins. So it's her great nephew, but I'm gonna do the offsprings too with them two, and I'm gonna do it with his son. So now when I do that, put all that stuff together, I'm gonna have the three-way blend together. Then I'm gonna have the three-way blend with the out with his son. So I think that's gonna be a great. I think that's gonna be great, because I put a lot of stuff in my mind and I think about it over and over and over and over and over, and till I make sense of it. So you get what I'm saying? So you got to start making sense of stuff when you start putting stuff together. So it's definitely gonna be great. They got one of my drivers. I got to be here at 6 o'clock. I mean, God is opening up. But I think this was a great video. And like I said, I'm going to get better at kind of, having more of a background so I can entertain my audience. But right now, I'm just trying to, nip some things at the butt and then get better at what I need to do as far as these videos. But I might see if this video I could put some headlights behind it. I'm going to see. I got this app. It's called, CapCut. And I'm going to see if I can edit this video that I done and see if I can throw some things in there later on. But I appreciate y'all really at listening and taking the time out to listen to my thoughts, my feelings, or my way, or my process, of a way of thinking. And I think, we got to get back to that in order to start producing great dog, because I really want to make, my strand at the top of the line. It's top of the line, and all it does is just take time out to evaluate it. Even if it had to take you a couple years, I've been dealing with these dogs since I got back in it heavy, 2016. So, what is it? It's 23. Well, we 24, so 8 years. So I got 8 years that I've been going back in here strong, and so all we're gonna continue to do is just get better. That's all we're gonna continue to do. But All Will Kennels of the Carolinas is at your services. And like I say, I appreciate y'all, but I got some big things that's going to be really coming. More breedings planned. I'm planning for the future. And I'm just glad, I was able to get it on some of my uncle's land, which the land got passed down to him through my grandfather. My grandfather deceased. And his older sister, she had, but she's, health issues, she's kind of doing good, okay, but now it falls back on him because he's the oldest son, which he's the only son out of 4 girls. And but I'm trying to keep them over there for about 2 more years till I get my own spot, get some things in perspective. My credit's going up. My wife's already going up. So just tell y'all about a little background, so why I really couldn't get where I needed to get, because I just didn't have the land. And so we gonna get there. We definitely gonna get there. But I'm gonna send that pedigree. I'm gonna put that pedigree online on my community thing. Let y'all check it out. But good, well-bred dog, and he said that dog was phenomenal. I didn't never get to see that dog, but I know every time I came in contact with my cousin Shane, he had some good dogs. Sometimes I don't know where he got them from, but he had. I'm gonna tell you a little story, but he had this Jeep dog. Man, this mug was so raw. When I say he was raw, his hide was tough, and you could tell he was old school, because you could look at the old school dogs, man. He was just. And that mug was just, man, phenomenal Jeep dog. But he wouldn't keep his weight for some reason. And I don't know if he had, something going on with far as his insides or whatever, but he wouldn't keep no weight on him. But he was phenomenal. And it could have been far as an intestinal parasites, because some of them dogs, they can have them if you can't get that stuff out of them. But y'all be blessed. I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. I told you I'm going to start doing more. We're going to start taking time out this year Because I love playing basketball, I love fishing, but in order for me to get to that next level, I have to spend more time with them instead of just, going to work and then, feeding them, making sure they all right. I got to spend more time with them, walking them, doing this, putting them on this flirt pole, doing all this type of stuff with them. And some dogs ain't gonna do it, but that don't mean they not great because they won't do it. But I really hope y'all enjoyed the video. It's in AM. I speak life, I speak strength, I speak abundance, I speak affirmation. Anybody that comes on this video, we're gonna keep it positive over here. We're gonna keep it enlightening. We're gonna keep it, we're gonna keep it all the way around the board. And regardless of what them haters say, we gonna keep pushing. All right, y'all enjoy your day.